Welcome to EAT.SLEEP.SIXERS. Let's go. We got that W, baby. And we got a special guest. Again, returning to the show for the second time. We got Dr. Richard Harkaway. I got to make sure I said that to myself 100 times before the show because I didn't want to butcher it.
There you go.
What's going on, Dr. Harkaway?
Call me Rich. That was a great win.
All right. Great win. Great win.
Is this where? Yeah, no, I'm did we I think we did. No. Wait, is this it? Yeah, I gotta do something real quick. Yo, we don't have the rights to this song and I don't care. All right, enough of that. I just had to get that off my
just a teaser.
Yeah. I want to get back to talking.
Any of you guys at the game? Any of you guys down there at the game?
We're not. No, we didn't make the game today.
Well, some people that watch it might be, but
yeah.
No. I intend to go to the second round. I had or the third round. I had anticipated that I think that we should be able to handle business against Washington, and I'd rather go see something a little of better basketball.
If it plays out the way it's supposed to play out, we don't have to get on an airplane until the finals, right? We'd have the Knicks and then the Nets.
Yeah, it could happen that way.
Oof.
Very well could happen that way.
Somebody better book the hotel in New York.
Yo, those tickets gonna be like $10,000.
I got a few lifelines. I can stay close by.
There you go.
Yo, I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. I was screaming at my TV downstairs. Yo, first of all, Toby, thank you. If we didn't have Toby today, we would have got scraped. Second of all, refs, you suck. Yo, what was that? Yo, I like most of the times I don't make excuses with the refs. They're there, but that was bad. That was one of they were traveling, they were fouling, and B was getting ticky-tack fouls. Our players was getting run over, and we were getting foul calls. Like, what was that, man?
Lopez,
I hope that
they missed a couple of travelings. Lopez,
he traveled like 3 times.
Yeah.
His footwork was so bad. He was traveling all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh man, but Seth had a second half, man. He played well. I was happy about that too. Danny Green with some clutch threes. Yo, let's go. I'm hyped.
The guys played good. We held it down while Embiid was in foul trouble that first half, and he still came out and scored 30. So
it was effortless. That was an effortless 30. He was just everything he shot was going in. It was incredible.
But Tobias Harris, I kind of mentioned his name before the game started. Everyone talks about how bad he plays in the playoffs, and if he could just give us some of what he did tonight consistently, we're gonna be fine.
Yep.
We're gonna be fine. B, you got anything to say?
Not my bad. Quick message.
Pay attention.
Yeah, dude, I'm just happy that the defense was ratcheted up. Finally, I've been waiting. At the end of the game, they turned the Wizards turned the ball like 4 times in a row. We was taking the ball left and right.
They didn't score. How'd you like Westbrook stepping on the line?
Oh, that was great. And then he was like, hey, I didn't do it. It was clear. it was even if he didn't, it was clearly close enough that they couldn't overturn the call. I wasn't worried about that one.
Yep.
If he would have passed it before he tried to dribble it, he would have been fine.
I mean, he's amazing, the triple-double leader in the history of the NBA, but he gets frustrated easy. Did you see when...
He's a head case.
Did you see... Yeah, exactly. That's what my wife said. Did you see that he got bothered from behind by Danny Green and then kind of hip-checked him?
Yeah, he pushed him. Yeah. Ref saw it right away. What are you doing? Get back over this way. Oh, that was awesome. It's always awesome to win the first game. Gotta take care of business at home. That's all it's about. When you got home court, you gotta win those games at home. Can't let these guys steal one. You know what I mean? And when they're playing away, no way. What do you think about that?
Who do you want to win between the Knicks and the Hawks? Who do you want to play?
Give me the Knicks. You know why? I have a reason. If you think about Atlanta, they were not generally healthy the whole year. I'm not saying that they could possibly mesh that quick, but I think they actually have a pretty good roster if everybody was playing. I think the Knicks are actually a worse team to me.
The Knicks have
They're
that one
better
guy
deep.
who kills us. What's that guy's name? The one guy that gets all the points.
Randall.
Julius
Yeah.
Randle.
Yeah.
They have a better defensive team.
Yeah, but the Hawks, bro. You have Trae Young who could go off in any second. You have Bogdanovich who could go off any second. You have John Collins, who obviously is a beast. You have.
But you could say the same thing about this team we're playing now because of Bradley Beal and Westbrook.
No, they're not as
They're hot.
deep. Nah, they're not as deep though. They're not as deep. They have Kevin Huerter. You've seen Kevin Huerter fry us before. He's done it. Like I would rather play the Knicks. The Knicks don't have as much offensive firepower. They're a little more of a grit and grind team, which I don't mind that kind of series. We could play in a physical series. I don't want a team that can just outscore us because sometimes we don't have it on offense and we only have it on defense.
Right.
Did you see?
Physicality though.
You watch the Nets and the
Celtics.
Yeah.
Celtics gave them all they can handle. It wasn't like they blew them out.
No, and the Nets barely got 100 points with the three.
Yeah.
They pulled away there at the very end, like last 5 minutes of the game. But I mean, all in all, it was a very close game.
I'm not scared of the Nets. I'm not.
Well, those three guys haven't played together that much. They played together 9 games.
9 games out of 72.
Yep.
9 games. It's absurd. I heard that yesterday when the commentator said it. I was like, wow, for everybody to brag about that team so much and them guys only really played 9 games, it's really not.
Yeah, whoever I heard people when the Nets picked up Blake Griffin. Oh my gosh, they got Blake Griffin. He scored 1 point. He scored 1 point. He scored 1 point. When we play them, you get DeAndre Jordan in foul trouble, which Embiid will do. You see what he did today. He got every single big man on Washington in foul trouble. He will do it to DeAndre, and then who's gonna guard him? Who's gonna guard him? He's gonna go off for 50.
Yeah. We had Carl Sampson commented that he was supposed to host the show. He could not do it. He said, "Thank you for gracing us with your presence once again, Doc."
My name is Rich. I'm sitting here doing nothing. It's Sunday.
It's Sunday, right?
Sundays for the
That's what I'm
boys.
talking about.
Anytime.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right.
We done? Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, it's on.
No.
Want to keep going?
Yeah, we got 20. No, I was just reading a comment off that he said. We're
I thought you were saying that we were done.
We got about another 10 minutes left. You okay with that, Doc?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, cool.
Sounded like you were wrapping up.
Wait a minute. I was like,
No, you called me up. I was like, we're done.
that was a fast 20 minutes.
I don't even have my other Facebook open yet. Oh, I can see it in the top left here. I didn't know how much time.
I looked at the side. I was like, whoa.
The fastest 20 minutes I ever seen in my life. So
I knew when we were playing, when we got this assignment against Washington, I knew my old fame was going to pop up again because all of a sudden there's all this talk about. I'm on lifetime probation. I can't do shit. But yeah, the texts start coming. My friends are sending me pictures of shit on Barstool and Twitter.
We're like, soon as Washington beat Indiana, we're just like, it's time. You know who's got to come on for one of these games of this series? This man has to come on. So we brought you in for the first game.
I got to say that I'm calling out the Philadelphia 76ers organization. They need to send our friend Richard to a game on them behind the Wizards bench because Russ is going to be feeling a little tight. Yo, can you imagine? Yo, you think he honestly still remembers you?
Well, he
has to.
He has to. Like that was a moment.
Well, you know, he's got 15 or 16 fines. So if he remembers me, he's got to remember 15 other people too.
I think you probably remember some Utah Jazz people. That was a little more serious when he got into that one. He was threatening the dude's wife and stuff. I was like, "Yo, Russ, what's going on, bro?"
But you know, he came for a game after that game, and he plays poker from my friend who plays poker, he's not a great player, but he's got a lot of money, so he can buy his way into a lot of wins. by just not caring what he loses at a table. But somebody mentioned me to him at the poker game, and he was like, "I hate that guy."
So wait a minute. Yeah, somebody mentioned your name to this man at a poker table. Yeah, he definitely remembers you.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
way.
he do. Yo,
yeah, he ain't gonna let you slide through that easy.
You know how they pass out like the like the heads, like they have the giant heads in the crowd. If you can't make it to a game, they didn't make one of those for you and put it behind the bench.
The game after that game, I had to behave, but my wife does not have to. My wife got into an altercation with Harden. She was screaming at him. So at the she's funny.
Runs in the family.
At the we're a good couple. At the
at
the game, the next game that Westbrook came back, she brought one of those giant heads of Durant. It's bouncing it around.
Oh, he was mad. He was mad.
He was giving her the evil eye. It was funny. Yeah, but I mean, he's great. There are people on the Sixers 24/7 web feed that say, like, I wish I could play. That Doc wishes he could play like Westbrook every once, or I would ask him for an autograph. Well, first of all, of course, I wish I could play like Westbrook. I mean, almost 99% of basketball players wish I could do what he does. But as far as that, I would ask him for an autograph. Absolutely not. Most of the Sixers have wound up in my lap in that seat at some point or another. Someone has fallen into me. Their sweaty cells landed on me, and then I have to change my clothes. So, yeah, Westbrook wouldn't be somebody that I want to take a selfie with.
Yo.
Yeah, it's not like you went like this on,
No, but I've been in the seat for 7 years, and it's gotten to be like a mortgage payment. So now I split it with a bunch of guys. But the ones that hurt when they land on you aren't the big guys. It's the bony guys. It's the skinny, bony guys that land in your lap, and they're all like elbows and knees and stuff. The Dwight Howards, the muscular guys, they don't hurt. But when someone who's on the lighter side weight wise comes flying into you and you get elbowed, that like it's painful for a couple of days. I have a lot of bruises on.
Right into the funny bone.
Right.
Battle scars from the center. Yeah, I'm far enough back where I don't got to worry about that.
You know who hurt the most? It's an odd conversation, but he was a very fast little guy. His name began with WR something. Roten.
Yo,
he landed on me and my dad, and we were both like, we almost went to go to the hospital.
Yo, I gotta give a quick shout out. Rest in peace, Joey. We know that was your favorite player. Just kidding. Yo, Joey despised Tony Roden.
I know. I had dinner with Joey like 3 weeks before it happened. Joey and Pat. We had dinner in Philadelphia.
That's awesome. Shout out Pat, yo. Everybody loves. I never heard anybody say a bad word about Pat. Love you, Pat, if you're watching.
Dooley?
Yeah.
Nah, I never heard nothing bad about Dooley. Dooley's the man. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Dooley's the man.
Yo, that game, I'm so hot. Yo, playoff basketball, like, it's just another animal. Like, I love it. I'm hyped. Like, I'm on cloud 9 right now. I don't even care if it's a first round opponent we're supposed to be. Like, just to see a playoff win is awesome.
For the second half of the game, like standing in front of the television.
I lost it when we had a sequence when we went on like a little quick run, and the last bucket of the run was a Seth Curry 3, and I started screaming. I was hyped.
All right, since Jokic and Embiid MVP talks, I watched the game last night, and I saw Portland pretty much beat on Denver. I'm so hoping Denver gets sent home early so that Jokic can go home and caress his MVP trophy while he sits and watches the rest of the NBA in the playoffs. Like, I'm dying for that.
From the couch.
From the couch. With his MVP trophy. He can have it.
I didn't know that when was that announced?
And it wasn't announced yet, but there was a leak in the voting, and he's probably gonna win.
Yeah, because he played the most. Like, he played the most consistent out of everybody. And B didn't play enough games. Steph Curry has been playing lights out lately. So I don't know.
They never pick someone that their team's not in the playoffs, though. That's very rare, right?
Yeah, I don't. Steph doesn't have a shot. It's between Embiid and Jokic.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to see Embiid win it, but like we've been talking about this a lot lately. I would rather the Sixers win the title and one of the players on our team wins Finals MVP than Embiid winning regular season MVP. I could care less about it. Maybe if it motivates him, so be it. That might even be a good thing.
Yep. Yep. That's what I'm waiting on.
Yo, also want to give a shout out to Mike Scott. You were where you belong, firmly entrenched on the bench. No minutes played. That's what I like
to see. Yes. Yes.
Sorry.
I didn't see him. I didn't even see the camera on him today. I was really hype about that.
Say, bro. He was in his jumpsuit. You couldn't even tell, bro. He wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, you guys know the game much better than I do. So tell me the thought process behind when they bring in Maxey or not. Like, I love
Maxey is better than Milton. Less Milton, more Maxey. Milton, if you watch Milton a lot, I tend to study Milton because he gets on my nerves, so I notice every little thing he does. He plays basketball, like he has his moments, but there's also a lot of the times where he dribbles where he's not supposed to dribble on the floor. He makes a pass when he's double teamed and throws it away. He takes a shot rushed or out of control. Maxey, for being a younger player, he seems, to me, in my opinion, he's the most improved player throughout the season. I've watched him progress. His jump shot form is different. It's better. He's learning how to adjust to contact, and he's also learning how to adjust his dribble speeds to blow past people. I prefer to see Maxey in the playoffs. I think he gives more of a spark than Milton, and he's also a better defender. So I would hope to see more Maxey, less Milton, in my opinion. Jose, you got anything on that?
Yeah, Milton today didn't
he played all right. Not spectacular. I mean, he didn't make as many mistakes. For me, when Milton plays all right, he doesn't make mistakes. Less is more. So I'm saying he played all right by his standards because he wasn't playing out of control and turning it over.
Yeah. I just feel like I was saying before the game started, you already know what to expect from the starters. So your bench is you know what I mean, these younger kids. I mean, besides Dwight Howard and George Hill, the rest of the guys are pretty young, not too much playoff experience. So you kind of want them to thrive, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, Tobias Harris, who has historically been known for stinking it up in the playoffs. So I was rooting for Tobias and the younger guys on the bench today, and Tobias did not disappoint. So I was pretty happy about that because I was calling him out in the beginning of the game.
We certainly needed him in the first half.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yo, he caught me off guard. Yo, that's another thing. Ben Simmons calling you out. You did good in everything besides scoring, but it's not the point. Learn how to control your body like Tobias Harris. Toby is way less athletic and finishes at the rim 1,000 times better. Ben, you had possessions where you had a little guard on you and you're taking shots, falling away from the basket. What are you doing, bro? Seriously. He's 250 pounds with a guard on him who's 6'3", 215 pounds, and you're falling away from the basket. I love Ben Simmons, but what are you doing, bro? Seriously. Sorry, I had a rant.
Well, Tobias is something that nobody else on the Sixers is. When he's having a good game, he looks graceful, and that's not a word
it's effortless. He glides.
Floats, yeah, exactly.
Yes, I agree 1,000%.
Man, he scored 28 in the first half. Like, I mean,
I was like, yo,
28 in the first half. Yo, you know what? You can't even criticize the man anymore.
No. We said before the show that we wanted him to start off on the right foot so that you could carry it throughout the playoffs because in his career he hasn't typically done that well.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen it. There it was.
I appreciate it. Bro, I listen, I've never thought he was a bad player. But it's right. It's proven. His portfolio speaks for itself. In the playoffs, he doesn't play well. So I have to call him out every game. And if I call him out every game and he plays like tonight, then I'm putting that on my schedule. I'm gonna make sure I put a reminder on my phone, call out Toby, so he can keep playing good because we need him. We need him.
Yeah. I'm done relying on Ben. Like I said, I still love Ben as a player. I love what he brings to the team. But as far as points, you can't rely on him. He put up a dud. That was a dud.
Everybody, by now, come on. 5 years already we had this kid. Dude, by now, you know that you're not supposed to depend on him offensively.
What did he score tonight?
Like 8, I think. And he was missing foul shots left and right. It was bad.
He had
missed a lot of foul shots.
He had
so at what point near the end of a close game, if it gets into the foul stuff, at what point
they did that. That happened. I was screaming at the TV. Ben did not. We had the ball like what was it, maybe 37 seconds ago or something around that time.
But you
We
can't
outlet
be
the ball
too
to
rough
Ben.
on him. He had a plus 18 with 15 rebounds and 15 assists. Come on, cut
I
it
don't
out.
care. I don't care. because that's going to cost us at the end of the game. You can't handle the ball because look what he missed both foul shots. I knew it was going to happen.
There are going to be situations where we have.
They're going to foul him on purpose.
There's going to be situations where we have to sit him if he's
having
an 0 for 6 foul day.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like, dude. I don't know, man. Like there was times
he's defensive player of the year. I mean, he's one of the best defensive players there is, right? So
offense, defense, sub min when we're on off defense, and sub mat when we're on offense.
Right. I mean, nobody complained about Dennis Rodman scoring.
No, nobody did. Nobody ever did.
Ben is also like a freak of nature athletically and can score at will, and we've seen him do it when his mind is right.
The problem. All right, here's the problem. He got drafted, and everybody was already saying he's the prince. He's little LeBron Jr. I don't know what you want to call it, and everybody's expecting him to play like that. When people need to just understand by now, at the 5th year of his career, that Ben Simmons is Ben Simmons, point blank. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're only going to get what you see is what you get. Period. So it's up to the Sixers organization to fill that void with somebody else. You got X amount of people on the roster that can do that. It's just the point of bringing somebody who can put that much points where it ain't going to matter how much Ben Simmons scores, because defensively, he's a beast. He's an animal, and you need somebody like that on your team.
But there are times that he takes the ball, the defender takes a step back, and he blows to the hole, and there are times that he doesn't. And I can't figure out. I don't know the science of the sport enough to know when is Ben going to charge and dunk, and when does he pass.
Yeah, he's
I get that, and that bothers me too. Because
I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna explain it in a way after Koto's and I better cut you off. What I will say about Ben Simmons, and I said it on the podcast before, if you watch Ben a lot, Ben is an extrinsically motivated player. Not meaning that he doesn't play hard every night, but for him to get his numbers, there has to be something on the other squad said about him, or that, like for instance, Utah, he has a beef with Donovan Mitchell. He scored 40-some points against them. Before the All-Star break, when he's motivated to make the All-Star team, he scores a lot of points. Stuff like that. So if it's not something like that, look at even when we played the Nets in the playoffs 2 years ago, and he scored like 30 points because Dudley said, "Oh, you can't score in the half-court offense." That's when Ben has his games. If it's nothing like that, he's not motivated intrinsically to get stats. If that makes sense. I don't know. I've just noticed that over his career.
At this point, man, it's like we brung in people like Seth Curry. We got Danny Green. You know what I mean? We got all these other people that supposedly be able to score almost at will. And they need to be scoring almost at will. That's what they need to be doing. I mean, if we're gonna focus on one man now scoring, then we gotta put some of that emphasis on some of the guys that are known for scoring that don't score.
Did you see the half-court pass he made to Hill?
Mm-hmm.
Hill was charging in from the corner.
When he cut to the basket, that was a nice pass. His vision is really good. He's really good floor vision.
Ben sees I remember, I don't know if you guys watch hockey, but Wayne Gretzky said it's slow to me. I see everything. He doesn't shoot any better or faster or blah blah. He just sees. I think Ben has that gift. I think he sees the players and knows where every player is running, the other four. If he doesn't score, he doesn't score. I mean, I just can't figure out when he shoots and when he doesn't.
Yeah, that's the problem. Other than that, Ben brings about anything to the table you could want from a player. There's nothing that he lacks in besides scoring. And I mean, it is an important thing, but you could also fill that void. I actually think that further along Maxi's career, because I actually have a lot of faith in him because I see that he actually puts in the work. I think that Maxi might actually be the scoring punch, and Ben will stay in his role of a secondary scorer. He could still be the primary ball handler, but not looking to score as much.
Because from someone that just watches, I mean, I watch almost every game, but I don't have the knowledge. I didn't grow up with this, but it's not just the number of assists Ben has. To my uneducated eye, he has beautiful assists every game.
Yeah, he does have a lot of.
He has highlight assists.
So I can tell you this much: he leads the NBA an assist to a 3-point shot.
Because he doesn't take the layups when they're there.
It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So wait a minute. If Ben Simmons scores and shoots his 2 points instead of passing to the open three, I want mathematically. I'm pretty smart. I'm not that dumb. I want 3 over 2 all day.
Yeah, except for the fact that in the first half we were 3 of 17 from 3, so he should have taken the layups.
I'm talking about that's what he led the league all season. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, but it's
there,
not.
Man.
A 2 is still a higher percentage shot than a 3. If you're at the rim, as 3 is not as high percentage shot as 2. It's not like I don't believe we have anybody on the team who shot over 40% from 3. Not one. I don't think anybody did. Toby was really close, but he was under. So it's not like we have anybody who's an automatic 3. We don't have that. Seth is not automatic. He's streaky. Danny's automatic. Tobias is not automatic. Embiid was more automatic in the beginning of the season. When he got hurt and came back, he hasn't been quite as good from 3. So it's not like an automatic 3 where we have somebody like look at Bertans, dude. Bertans, he was launching 3s. We don't have anybody like that where if you throw it to him, it's like an automatic, like okay, this is going in. So I mean, I don't know. I think that Ben should take the 2s when they're there. I get that he assists a lot of 3s, and it's a good thing. But sometimes I think when we're shooting 3 of 17 from 3, Ben's got to take those 2s because it's not falling for us.
I agree. So that's what the coach is for, right? My dad died at 98 years old 2 years ago, and he always said he said something that holds true in every sport. He said if the talent on the team doesn't add up to the number of wins you would expect, it's the coach. And I think that's what the Sixers used to have. And I wasn't a hater of the old coach, but we had too much talent to go out the first or second round every year.
Oh, the team that we had that lost to Toronto, that team was a championship team. There's no doubt in my mind that team should have been a championship team.
Yeah, we let one slip away with that. I mean,
our starting lineup was, what was it? It was Embiid, it was Harris, it was Butler, Simmons, and JJ Redick. Like, what?
Listen, come on, again, like so many people have said it.
How about Westbrook, Durant, and Harden?
That team should have won.
That team should have.
And Ibaka. Ibaka was good. Right. Ibaka was a real good player.
Wait a minute. Who was the coach of that Thunder team?
Mr. Brooks.
Who?
Scott Brooks, coach of the Washington Wizards currently.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't Doc Rivers, because didn't they blow a 3-1 lead to the Warriors?
They did, but that wasn't Harden wasn't on that squad. That was a different squad. That was a few years later.
Yeah,
that Thunder squad that Rich is talking about, they lost to the Heat in the finals.
But you know, as far as the get back to the Nets, if we get to play them, although I'm rooting for them to lose, basketball has more need for teams to play together. Like in baseball, it doesn't matter who your teammates are. The All-Star team is always better than any team. It's not true in basketball because the All-Star team doesn't have chemistry together. And it could be a real problem that those 3 guys haven't played together.
Yeah. The fact that they only played 9 games, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think they're going to get overconfident, and I think that's going to be their demise.
It was a close game against the Celtics for 3 quarters, wasn't it?
Yep.
The Celtics were leading, I believe, at halftime last
3.5 quarters, let's put it like that, because the Celtics fell apart in the last 6 minutes of the game.
Huh.
But, I mean, you know, onto the second game. We already got 1 down. Yeah. We have to handle business at home. So the Knicks is your pick, Dr. Harkaway?
Rich is my name is Rich.
Rich.
I would like to play the Knicks because we are more familiar with the Knicks. I think we played them more times, and I think we know how to beat the Knicks. And Atlanta had a depleted squad a couple of times that we beat them, so we haven't seen the best Atlanta Hawks. So I'm more comfortable with the Knicks. Plus, maybe I can sneak up to a game, right? We're close. We're 80 miles away.
So I got a question for both of you guys real quick that just popped into my head. Going into game 2, I know we won game 1. Is there any adjustments you guys would make?
I would say I'm always complaining about B's defense, so I'm not going to tell him to, ease off a little bit. So, it's part of the team. If Embiid gets into trouble like that for the for the next man to step up. So Dwight Howard, you gotta do your thing.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did. He did enough. He did enough. But that's what I'm saying though. Something happens like that to Embiid. That's why we got Dwight Howard. So please do your job, and I'll be fine. I won't criticize you. You know what I mean? But man, we need more. We need more from Ben. I'm gonna have to say because 0 for 6 from the free throw line. I gotta give him credit because he attempted a 3-point shot.
Who? Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it was end of shot clock one.
Yeah. So what? He still attempted it.
My wife is texting me. She's a smart one as far as sports goes. She went to Penn State, so she puts me to shame as far as knowing about athletics ever since college. But she's texting me shit to say. She pointed out, first of all, that Ben had a double-double, which I did not realize.
Yeah,
he did. I called it earlier. He had 15 and 15, actually.
And then she texted me and said the Nets are focused on 3 different things. Durant is focused on winning, and Irving is focused on who the hell knows because he says something different every day, and Harden's focused on Harden.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yo, they were actually talking about that on the radio because not to get about world issues, but they were talking. Kyrie had said something about a world issue, and that was more important to him than basketball at this point. Right as they're about to start the playoffs, and I wouldn't. That's an odd statement to me when you're about to play in the playoffs. I mean, I get it.
Right. I mean, I
wrong place though.
I get it too, but he's got a responsibility, and people are spending tons of disposable income coming to see him play. He's supposed to act like it's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. So what's your final thoughts? And let's talk about what you expect from the Sixers for the next game.
I think Embiid will not be in foul trouble again this series. I think he saw what was possible. I think the refs were hard on him. I think not every foul was a legitimate foul. I think he was careless with one of the fouls. He looked like he headbutted somebody like a bull. But I think both the refs will be easier and he will be more careful. And they have no chance if Embiid plays 40 minutes.
Oh, heck no.
Those guys was using their fouls. They was like, oh man, they couldn't guard him.
What's your final thoughts, Brandon?
First of all, I gotta do my shtick real quick. First of all, Robin Lopez, what kind of hooks? Yeah, I never seen somebody shoot that many hook shots. Those were wild. But second of all, we did in fact score more points than the other team, so we take those. I'm hyped. I don't know. I'm just happy we won. We needed that win. I wouldn't have wanted to start off 0-1. I'd have been pretty mad.
Carl said more movement on offense, less reliant on 3-point shooting. I'm gonna agree exactly with what he said because everything. I know the NBA feeds off of 3 points these nowadays, but if you're off, you're off. You got to do something different. You know
what it was though? With Embiid in foul trouble, we shot more threes. If you pay attention, we didn't shoot nearly as many threes in the second half on Embiid. He shot a lot of mid-range jump shots. It wasn't nearly as much. I think that was a product of Embiid not being in the game that we had to shoot more threes also.
That makes sense.
Yeah. We're going to be all right, though. We're going to be all right. So,
good.
Again, Rich. Let me say Rich.
Rich.
There you go. You got it. It's
Thank you for joining us once again. We appreciate you coming on here.
Anytime. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, no problem. With that being said,
I'm going to the movies now, but I can't tell you what movie it is because it's not a very manly movie.
Enjoy your movie.
All right, man. Be good, guys.
Enjoy the rest of the series as well.
Yes, sir.
Go Sixers.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.